Hi viewers, I'm back with another Jetstream 4.1 video. I have recently changed to prepared version 3.1 and I have run some tests with this plane, and I have come to the conclusion that it will work in prepared version 3.1. However, all features will not be available. I will show you how to set up everything in order to get it to work properly. And unfortunately, FS2 Crew will not work. Maybe there is a fix out there, but I don't know about this. Also, unfortunately, there is one problem with the IAS on the autopilot. It will not work properly, so we have to use the vertical speed. So how to install? First, you start migration tool. You have it set to your target simulator and enable it like this. Now you can install the products as usual, no problems there. And how to set up the configuration manager in order to get it to work in the simulator. You go to PMDG configuration manager that is included when you install it. Looks like this, and in order to change the settings and to start this, you need the migration tool enabled. And this is the settings that I have used to get the plane to work. There's nothing special here, only one thing that you need to change. In the virtual cockpit model options, I have set it to medium version, and that means that we will have no window icing effects, but we will still have on the wings and props. If you use the full version with the window icing, you will get artifacts on the window, and it will look very strange and annoying, and it's not really possible to fly with it. Apart from that, you can use full version on the external model options, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You just save the configuration, and after that you can disable the migration tool, start the simulator, and you are ready to fly. A lot of people have been wondering how to set up the Vspeeds by using the Vspeed card. We have just been refueled. We have now 2,000 pounds of fuel. So the first thing you do is you go to the weight and balance worksheet. You go to the fuel line. You enter how much fuel you will have after the taxi. It means your takeoff fuel. So for example, maybe we will burn, let's say 50, or yeah, we can make it simple. We will burn 6 pounds of fuel, so that makes it 2,000 exactly our takeoff fuel. Then to make it easier, you set up your flight duration, in this case 1 hour, and that will give you the data for landing, zero fuel weight, landing fuel, and your landing weight. And make a note of the takeoff weight, 20,147 pounds, and your landing weight, 19,132 pounds. And now we go to the speed cards. Will be down here. Click on it and it will bring it up. I will change view to this so you can see better. Okay, this is how the speed card looks like. In the top you have the takeoff with the flaps 9 and takeoff in icing conditions. You have the table correction for temperature and pressure altitude. Here you have the landing speeds with flaps 25, 15 and 0. And I will explain in detail how this works. And also the icing landing condition speeds for the different flap settings. And down here will be the first thing to look at. You have the weight here. So we said that the takeoff weight will be 20,000. and it's in 500 pounds increment. So we have here 20,000 now. We go to takeoff, flaps 9. We don't have icing condition, so V1 will be 103. Let's write it down. 103. VR will be also 103. V2 110. The best speed with the single engine, the best climb speed with the single engine, more correctly, is 125. It will be the best speed to fly with one engine if we get an engine failure or fire after takeoff. VY is the best rate of climb, 145. Good to know. Okay, so now we have the takeoff speeds. We can go back to the virtual cockpit and set up the speeds on our primary flight display. And in order to do that, we have the knob here, IAS button, or knob. There's also a button here where you can select which one you want to set. So we will start with the red one, which stands for V1. The blue one stands for rotate, VR. White is V2. Green is VYSE. I mean the single engine climb speed. So V1 will be 103. And V rotate will be also 103. And V2 will be 110. And single engine speed will be 125. Then I go back to the yellow, white one, which is V2 speed. And as for the best climb speed, we can keep it in our mind if we need to climb out from some obstacles. Okay, so let's say that we have to prepare for the approach and we want to set the Vspeeds for landing. We will check again the speed cards. Let me change view, and our landing speed will be 19,000. So let's step back to 19,000. That will be the first thing to check. Then we have the landing with flaps 25. It's also very important to make corrections for both temperature and pressure altitude in both the takeoff and landing speeds. So it's very important to check this as well. But for now we are at sea level, and as you can see, the temperature it's not working now, but it's standard conditions. So that means that we have 15 degrees here, and as you can see, we don't have to make any corrections because we are at sea level and it's plus 15 Celsius. So let's look at the flaps 25 landing speeds without icing. Our target speed will be 121. Our VREF will be 106. V2 will be 107. If we have to do a go around, and single engine speed will be 121. So it's in pretty much the same order when you set up the landing speeds. But now the red one will be the target speed, your approach speed, 121. Your VREF will be the blue one, 106. And if you have headwind or tailwind, you have to make some corrections for this as well. If you have 10 knots in the headwind, you can add approximately half of it, so you can add 5 knots to it. The white one would be V2, 107. And 121 for the single engine climb speed. So now we have set up the Vspeeds for landing as well. I will demonstrate a short flight for you so you can see that it works. And for the camera effects, I'm not using EasyDock. This is all the default features in the prepared version 3.1.
Condition levers flight. Takeoff power set. $70 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gear up.
400 feet, heading select. Select. Crossing feet. Flaps up. Then run autopilot on.